Hey everybody, I hope you're all healthy and happy and otherwise well. So I just want to give you a quick little tour over Blackboard, and it seems that most of you have some familiarity at least with the basic Blackboard applications. But I will go through and do a little bit there just for people that are familiar. And then I want to show you how to get up the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which we will be using for class starting on Monday and going forward. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in the email or emails tonight and tomorrow before Monday. So you can see I'm sharing my screen here with you in this kind of infinity weirdness. But I'm gonna get out of that. I'm gonna take you over to the basic Blackboard. And this is my kind of instructor version. So it's gonna look a little bit different than yours. So I'm gonna switch over to student view, student preview, and it'll look like yours. It'll look like what you see in your Blackboard. So you can see this is basically how it looks when you open the class Blackboard site. Pretty similar to any you have that's using Blackboard. It's going to look pretty much the same for you. So some of the features that we're going to be using, hopefully you've already explored this a little bit. For example, right here, the syllabus. I don't know if I'm going to put the whole syllabus on. You should have the syllabus already. So I'm just putting up the updates. So as you can see, March 23rd, which is Monday, you should be reading Our Mother Before Us, and that's your soft due date for the annotated bibliography and soft due date for Quran, the quotation paraphrase exercise that we went over in class. But you can see that the hard due date for the Quran is Wednesday the 25th, and then I've changed the hard due date for the annotated bibliography to the 27th, which you will notice is not a regular class day. That's a Friday. So, just submit that through Blackboard. And the way to do that is go to assignments right here. And there it is. You'll see your annotated bibliography. I've also put the reading response number 4 there as an assignment for you to submit. But here's the annotated bibliography. You click on that. It opens a new kind of window. And you can see it's got your due date, your points possible, March 27th there. If for some reason you've lost your hard copy of the assignment sheet, you can just click there. And that'll open up for you. And there you go. You have your the description of the assignment, which again you should already have, and you should be hopefully working on this a little bit already. And I've already commented on that, some of the kind of laxness that I will be practicing with this, and I've already mentioned that in the email. But like the books, for example, a little bit lax than I'd like to be, but under the present circumstances, act accordingly. Yes. All right. So by submit, you'll see this kind of agreement statement. You can click there if you want to read that release statement. So you can either click here and write your submission and maybe copy and paste. I don't really recommend doing that. Not for this anyway, not for this particular assignment. There are some assignments like the reading response, for example, you might want to just go ahead and type in there. It's really up to you, but I would recommend just going to browse my computer. So, I mean, I assume most of you know how to upload things in general anyway. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, you want something, you know how to do that. I'll leave that to you. But yeah, so you pick your document, you upload it. I agree to submit my paper to the global reference database. It's not super important for the annotated bibliography, but when you're submitting your drafts for your research paper, this is basically just an agreement that you are submitting your paper through a plagiarism checker. It's automatic, it searches the database. It also searches within the Blackboard database. So for example, if you submitted a paper for another class and you're submitting an identical paper for this class, this checker will catch that. So don't self-plagiarize either. It will be found out. So after you've done that, maybe you want to add some comments for a reason. If it's late, you want to put your excuse on there or whatever you want to do. But you don't need to put anything in the comments section. There's really no reason for that, especially for this assignment. And then you would just submit it, and then it's sent to me, and I grade it, and you will be able to see your grade. There, you go to my grades. So as you'll see there, after you've given it to me and I've graded it, it'll show your grade here, and it'll be like that for all of the assignments. And it occurs to me looking at this now that I have to go back into the reading response and fix that so you can submit it through Blackboard. It seems all I've done here is put the description up, but I will get to that after this. It's not super important for this. So there you have your assignments, and I'll be putting more up as we get closer to the turning in of those assignments. So your tentative thesis and your outline, I'll be putting that up in the next couple of days. Should be ahead of the curve, and I already should turn that in. Although again, you probably shouldn't turn that in until you've gotten back your annotated bibliography. All right, so what else? Some of your other instructors might be using announcements on here. I probably won't too much. I would probably continue to do as I have done, which is to send out emails when I have something important to share with you. Part of that being because it seems that a lot of the emails that you guys have in Blackboard don't match the emails that you gave me. So when I make any kind of announcement, I want to make sure you get it. So I'm going to send those to the email that you gave me, that you said that you check frequently. Hopefully now more than ever, you'll continue to do that. But it never hurts to just come on to Blackboard. If you get on for one class, maybe just check your other classes, very quickly just to see if anything has changed. But any kind of announcements, yeah, I'll continue to send those out through email. Course documents, I will be uploading different kinds of things here as necessary, or as possibly complementary to other things we're talking about. So here you'll see a video, a music video, a link to YouTube that I've put in. It's not super important. This video is related to Shadowban. Sorry, this video is one of those that is relevant to Shadowban. So give it a listen. But as you can see, my description is just blah blah blah. I was just putting that up there to figure out how to do this. But I will be on a rolling basis putting up more links to stuff, probably other worksheets, handout things that would ordinarily be handouts I might put in here. Probably you'll be getting some PowerPoint presentations that we'll be going over in our virtual classroom, but I would also put these here. For example, I'm going to be putting together a little PowerPoint about writing a thesis in the next few days that we will go over in our virtual class meeting, but I will also put that PowerPoint here. Any kind of thing that is either necessary or possibly just useful, or even just pertinent but entertaining, but not necessarily important. I'll always try to make that distinction in this description, which will generally be more useful than here. You'll see if you've played around on our class site a little bit, you might see some stuff, just kind of random stuff. A lot of that I'm going to take down. A lot of that's just me playing around, trying to figure out how to use this. And I think I've gotten pretty comfortable with a lot of it now. So hopefully from my end, the technical aspects be pretty well handled. Fingers crossed going forward. But there's a learning curve for all of us here. Oh yes, one more very important thing. I'll continue to talk about this too. I just want to give you this kind of introductory tour for a lot of you that have not used Blackboard, but I know a lot of you have used at least kind of the Blackboard platform for their classes, and probably are for a good deal of your classes now, I would imagine. So tools, blogs. So blogs are going to be a key thing. These are kind of going to replace your quizzes and your free writes. You're going to have a blog for pretty much every class. And if I haven't explained it in the email to which this video is attached, I will be explaining how we're going to do blogs in the next email. But basically, you're going to have one with a prompt for pretty much every class, and you'll have to put up a blog entry and then comment on somebody else's blog entry before the next class, essentially. And again, I'll explain that in either this email or another one. But I just want to show you how to actually do it now if you haven't done it before. So as you can see here, I've created a sample blog here and a practice blog here. So this one, as you can see, it says individual. This one says course. So all of the ones that you're going to be, or at least for now, the way my plan is right now, all of the ones into which you will be making an entry, they're all going to be course blogs, which means that it's basically just everybody in the class is going to be contributing to this blog. So what you would do, so again, you go to tools when you want to write your blog, tools, blogs, and there it is, practice blog. You click on it, blog instructions. So for here I said type in whatever you want. And I recommend that you all go on here just for practice and do that, type in whatever you want, just so you know how to do a blog, and maybe comment on somebody else's as well. So here we go, type in whatever you want. So you go here, create blog entry. I'm going to do that now. All right, and then you have this space to write. So the prompt was type what you want, so I will write, okay, I will. All right, just like that. That's your entry. Oh, you might want to. You have to do some kind of title. So your best title is probably going to be the date. So today is March 21, 2020. It's my practice blog entry. Yeah, you might put something like that. Practice blog entry, something like that, simple, just so I know what it is. And then you would post the entry, boom, There you go, easy as pie. There it is. Okay, I will, so you can see it very clearly, and you'll be able to see, you know, as the entries come in, they'll all just be collected down here. And so, as I said, and as I'll explain further, not only do you have to create a blog entry, but you also have to comment on at least one other person's. Comment on everybody's if you want, but at least one. But the more you do, the better. Maybe various people have said things that interest you or whatever. But to comment, here's what you do. Obviously, you just see the comment button, click on that. We've got a little field to write in. Okay, I will. You will do what? Comment, add. And there you go. So here's the entry. And then you can see the different comments like that. So you might even kind of participate in a thread. So let's say you do your blog entry, and then you go back several hours later, or a day later, or something like that, and you want to comment on somebody else's blog entry. You might also comment on a comment. So, you know, you click on comment like that. Comment. I say in Josh's query. What will you do? Something like that, whatever. But just so you see, add. And now there's two comments to this original entry. And the second comment is kind of commenting on the first comment, but also on the original entry. And the comments can be as long as you want. So probably at least 50 words, but there's no cap on how long it can be. And the entries, your original entry that you do should be anywhere from like 150 words to 300 words. But again, I'll give you a fuller description of that in one of the emails that you will get, if not indeed the email to which this is connected. All right, so those are some of the kind of key features of within the regular Blackboard space that we will be using, and that kind of goes along with what is called asynchronous learning, which means to do that we don't have to all be in the same kind of virtual space at the same time, but we will be doing a more synchronous kind of learning from here forward, which basically means we should all be in the same virtual space at the same time. So the time is our usual class time, Monday and Wednesday, 3:40 to 4:55 p.m. The space, so you go to Tools, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, right? So remember this. And if you don't remember it, that's why I'm making this video, so you can go back and consult. Right? So this Blackboard Collaborate Ultra is our new classroom, essentially. So here you go, you see this. So I am already in it, right? That's what this is, and that's how I'm making this video of my screen. And you see this kind of infinity. I can record sessions. You cannot. But I have a moderator page, so I can record. I will record sessions. But I will explain that farther in email about the recordings and how to use them. But I just want to show you first and foremost how to get in here with me. So again, just to do it over again really quick, let's really not complicated once you know the way. Tools, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. There you go. And here you are. It's going to always be course room, with the exception of if you arrange a private meeting with me, which would amount to office hour time. I will create a special session, a special one-on-one private session, and I invite you one-on-one to that if you want to meet with me in my office. But I'll talk more about office hour stuff in an email. Throwing that out there right now. For the purposes of meeting as a class, it's always going to be course room. And all you do to get there is click on course room. And here you see it. Now, ideally, we are all here. We all meet in the virtual space in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra and have video and audio active. I understand, though, that it might be hard for you sometimes, at least some of you, to be at your computer or to be on video at a specific time sometimes. So there are other ways to get in. One way is to dial in. So you can do it from your phone. And I haven't done this yet, but you might want to just try it out. I don't have to be in the course room for you to get in. You just want to get in and play around with different ways of getting in on your own time, that's fine. There's more than fine. It's highly recommended that you do that. So one way to get in if you can't get to a computer is to call in on your phone. You can call this number. And then I guess you'll have to enter a PIN. And then you can connect. You can at least hear the voices of people talking. And you can add your own voice. I suppose on the type of phone you have, you could just use your phone as if it were a computer, and go in the regular way. See, what have I done? I guess I've clicked it. Right. So yeah, experiment with that if that's something that you feel you'll have to do. But that's one way. But the way that ideally we would all get in is click on course room, and you see join course room. Just simply click on that. I don't know how this works, so I'm joining in twice. All right, so now I'm hearing my video as I speak because I've come in from a student preview page. So it's going to get weird if I continue on doing this. So I'm going to exit as the student. And then it'll ask you a survey every single time. It's a little bit annoying, but there we go. So it'll be, what you look at will be a little bit different because you will be in as participants. So you're kind of two main tabs. You have this one. Then you got your Blackboard Collaborate help. You can see you can use your phone for audio. I haven't done that yet, but again, that's something you might want to try out. I'll tell you this in an email too, but Sunday, which is from the time I'm making this video, it's tomorrow, but Sunday the 22nd, I will be in this space in our classroom, as it were. I'll just sit in here for an hour, and I'll give you the time. It'll probably be like 7 to 8, but I'll just sit in here and let you give you the opportunity to come in and try it out and ask me questions. But again, I don't have to be here for you to. So if you can't make it in that time that I'll be sitting in here for questions, I still recommend that you just come in on your own. Maybe if you've exchanged emails with a classmate, or you have contact information for another classmate or classmates, if the time that I'm in here tomorrow doesn't work for you, or I suppose tonight when most of you will be watching this video, if that time doesn't work for you, maybe arrange to meet one or two others to come in here and talk to each other and just kind of play around, experiment, see how to do it. But you'll have an opportunity to come in and talk to me tomorrow / tonight. So the other key tab is this. And the reason that you're seeing this infinity thing is because I am sharing my screen with you. And I'm actually, I'm in here as moderator. I'm actually not sure if you are able to do the same thing, but we'll figure that out. The only time I would ever see you doing that, sharing your own screen, is if when we get to presentations, you wanted to do that for some reason. Be an issue. Let me make sure we're still recording here. I think we're still recording. Yeah, so I don't see you probably needing to share your screen, but maybe there might change. You know, a lot of this we're figuring out as we go. You can see this share blank whiteboard that can kind of be a chalkboard. You can draw a nice little duck. Deranged duck. Whatever you want. And so you can see that share blank whiteboard. I don't know. Maybe there might occasions might arise when we would use that. But if you ever do, you just stop sharing, close that out. I want to make sure I'm still sharing my screen. I think I am. You just have my giant freaking head. All right, so there we are back at that. Right, so you're seeing my face and hearing my voice because I have clicked on the microphone down here. That's my voice. And I have clicked on the video. So if I click that off, you see my face disappears. And if I click the microphone off, but you can't hear me. But now you should be able to hear me again. So we're going to play around on Monday, especially. So again, tomorrow / tonight, you'll have some time. You'll have a span of time to come in and maybe try to meet me here and play around with some stuff. But we'll also play around with some stuff on Monday for a little bit and try some different things out. So one thing, if we're having a discussion on here, and that might be a little bit bumpy and weird at first, but one thing to try to maintain a kind of order is you want to raise your hand. So you can see I've that, your hand is raised. So I, as the moderator, will see that your hand is raised, and then I'll get a little cue to tell you to put your hand down. That means basically I've called on you, and you can speak. But there are some other. If you want to put your hand back down, you just click on it again. You can also do this, treat it as a chat. There's nobody here right now. Let's see, start tutorial. Right, so I guess if there were other moderators here, I could chat with them personally, but that's not, as participants, you won't have this choice. I just have it because I'm the moderator. So I would click on that if I wanted to say something to everyone, and just do this. Pretty basic. I'm assuming most of you know how to use this type of technology. It's nothing particularly advanced. It's just a matter of showing you where it is, basically. So that's the key thing. Find out that you can get in here, and find out where everything is. And once you do that, I think you can gradually become more comfortable with this. Right? It's not hard. So again, ideally, everybody will have video and audio on. For a variety of reasons, that might not be possible, and or you just don't want to show your face. If you don't want to show your face, I hope that everybody wants to see your face. I want to see your face. So you should show your face if at all possible. But if you're just super shy about it and it's a problem for you, you should try to at least show your voice. And what I recommend to everyone is to kind of create a little avatar. So you see me here. This is just a random photo, basically, that I had. I just put it on there just to have it. But it would be cool if everyone could create like a little avatar photo or whatever. So you can see that. For you go there. Yeah, just click on that. You can put a picture in of yourself, if that's a little bit easier for you than having a video on your face. Excuse me. Or whatever. Or just, put something in there that distinguishes you from the rest of it, because otherwise it'll just be 25 of these gray silhouettes, which is not only boring, it's also a little bit confusing. It's a lot more dynamic and easy, I think, if there's distinguishing visual features for all of you. So you should take the time tomorrow, or at least in the next couple of days, to create a little picture for yourself, a little profile. I just think that would be nice and helpful, and make this whole thing feel a little bit less cold and sterile. Try to bring a little warmth to it, a little fun. Let's see what else. You can see the attendees. So as you can see, I'm the only one in here. You can see that was me when I came in as the preview user on the student preview. You can see I've left. That's not. I don't know. Maybe you'll find this to be useful to see who all is in the room. But it's a little bit hard to say. Let's see. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long. I want it to be accessible. So I'm going to turn off my screen, and I will stop the recording. I look forward to seeing and talking to you all in this new classroom setting. Strange as it may be, I am also still getting used to it. So the first couple of times might feel a little weird, but don't worry, we'll make the best out of it. The important thing is that we're all healthy and as happy as can be under the circumstances. So yeah, look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye.